Welcome back to Steins Gate. Last time Okarin began searching for Kiryu Moeka so we could reverse her D-mail by sending it from her phone because he didn't think he could reverse it from his own phone because she probably wouldn't listen to what he had to say. It has to be convincing to actually reverse it. So we've been hunting her down. She's not at the place she said she worked, but Okarin was given an address, and that is where we are picking things up. So let's just get into it. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. Yeah, it's not looking great. A uniformed officer is standing out front. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer.
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか?
Excuse me, did the person who lives there move?
あ? 違うよ。
No.
じゃあ。
Then.
君、関係者?
Are you related?
知り合いです。
I knew her.
何も聞いてないの?
You haven't heard. The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse.
何が起きたんですか?
What happened?
自殺だよ。
Suicide. What? Suicide? But why?
それはいつ?
When?
昨日だ。
Yesterday.
そんな。
No way.
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね。困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
They took her to Chiyoda 3rd Central Hospital. Doesn't look like she had any relatives. We don't know who to notify. Will you go see the body? I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Moeka's dead? What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back one day. So does Moeka's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think Convergence is that kind. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the one who meddled with the timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of chunpyo. Save for Mayuri's grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. But how many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More, when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Moeka's phone...
Time leap だ.
Time leap. Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mayuri's murderer kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. Okay, so my current theories are... there's the obvious, it wasn't a suicide, there's something else going on, I guess. The conspiracy with the organisation led to her dying. My other one is perhaps whatever has happened on this timeline to push her, attack of the lab back has passed a deadline or something, and maybe Moeka would rather die than have failed CERN. So she took her own life. Those are my two theories. There's a very good chance they're wrong, so I'm just going to wait and see. Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window. And what I see shocks me to my core. Oh no, wait, the third option is that she isn't actually dead and it's someone else who lived in that room, and obviously it wasn't her real address and someone else lived there and someone else committed suicide. And she was just using that name is an option as well. So it might just be her walking around like normal. It's fine. But Okarin thinks she's dead because whoever was living in that apartment committed suicide. That's my third option. I did think of that before. I just forgot to mention it. Oh, electrical discharge? Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? Mayuri and Daru should be at Komima. Not even Kurisu should be here. I asked her to escort Mayuri yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? This is probably Moeka. The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. Well, that's why you lock your doors. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I checked the X68000. I was about to say, no wait, Lukaku used it, but I just remembered that was on a different branch that this Okarin has not experienced. As expected, the history's been erased. The same thing happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap time is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and then leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That's plain as day, since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Should I really leap now? Oh, is this the branch already? I'm gonna save, because I'm not gonna send a text. I'm just gonna see what happens. So, click a new save. God, I have so many saves of this game because I keep saving it. Every save I make is a new save. Okay. I'm not gonna send a text, and we're gonna see what happens. Don't be ridiculous, of course I should. Just a little more, and I can save Mayuri once and for all. I know what will happen if I don't leap now. Mayuri will die, and I will taste that pain and despair once again. And then I will leap. It's the same either way. I close my phone. There's no need to rush. Calm down. I can endure the pain, if need be. I should exploit my one advantage, the time leap machine, to the fullest extent possible. And that means knowing exactly when Mayuri will die. The pattern suggests that Mayuri's death should happen around 7 or 8 tonight. But things are a little different this time. Moeka killed herself before Mayuri was scheduled to die. How much influence will that have on convergence? There's a chance Mayuri won't die. We might already have won. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I have no obligation to save Moeka. I'll wait until Kurisu contacts me. It's 12:30 now. There are still about 7 hours left. I hear nothing but the slow, steady tick of the clock. The sound is echoing inside my head. Even if I plug my ears, it doesn't stop. I spent several hours searching for the IBN 5100, but as expected, I found nothing. I still can't imagine how Moeka's D-mail affected the computer's whereabouts. What does her phone model have to do with anything? Does keeping the same phone somehow tell her that there's an IBN 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine? That doesn't make sense. Even the butterfly effect must have limits. But on the other hand, truth is often stranger than fiction. Sometimes the simplest things have consequences that no one could ever imagine. So I can't rule it out entirely either.
結局、何もわからないということか。
In other words, I have nothing. I twist my lips into a sneer of self-mockery. It's 7:46 p.m., the moment of truth. If Mayuri is indeed fated to die today, I should be hearing from Kurisu soon. I hope nothing happens. All that I ask is to hear Mayuri's voice, to know, once and for all, that she is safe. And there we go. I mean, I'm assuming I should answer this, but an artificial melody cuts through the silence of the lab. God, can you imagine? What happens if you don't pick up? I probably should have tried that, but I haven't saved. But can you just ignore the phone call? Or does he eventually pick up after you've gone through a certain number of sentences? Hello?
Okarin!
I mean, I kind of feel like he shouldn't have asked Kurisu to do this. But, because he's asking to just go and wait and watch her die, and he knows how awful it is to see her die, and it just feels a bit for him to ask Kurisu to go through the same thing. Like, to know that she's going to go through that and to ask her to do it anyway. Okabe, she's... Why? I don't... Kurisu is sobbing. So I know, even without asking. She saw Mayuri die. She just... I saw it happen. She's dead. Mayuri's dead. This can't be. She suddenly collapsed. Why? It doesn't make sense. She's not breathing. She won't answer at all. Please, Mayuri. Okabe, what do I do? Help! Please, Mayuri's dead.
すまなかった。辛い役目を押し付けて。
I'm sorry for making you go through this. I mean, he should be. With that, I hang up the phone. Maybe it's because I didn't see it happen, or maybe my heart has simply grown numb. But this time, I don't feel much pain. I hate myself for it. I pound my fist against the table. As expected, the deadline is around 8 PM on the 16th. Unless I change the world line before the time limit, Mayuri will die. Okay, so we're just going back now. Anyway? I put on the headgear and activate the time leap mode. Time leap mode? Time leap machine. I don't know if I made the right choice by not sending the text. I don't know if that is the main branch or if this is just a bit of extra story that happens before you time leap and the rest is going to be the same whatever. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. I probably won't find out. We'll see. We'll see what it is. I must obtain Moeka's phone no matter what it takes. Is this another one? Can I, like, once again just not send a text? Ah, no, I have to. And we're off again. Are we? Wait, where are the numbers? Oh, here they are. It's just a bit slow. I make several consecutive leaps to travel back to the 11th. When I arrive, it's just past 8 PM. Why have we gone back to the 11th? I thought he was just going back in time to stop the suicide. Why have he's... What day were we on?
出かけてくる.
I'm heading out. I leave the lab without waiting for the others to respond. I thought we just needed to do one leap to get there. I don't know. Maybe I just can't remember what date it was. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. Okay, so we were 4 days ahead. I thought he had enough time to just go back 2 days, because she only died the day before he went there. Ah, I've got mail. Let's read it. Oh, it's Mayuri. Are you coming back to the lab today? I don't know, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay. So I put the phone away. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn. Might as well try the doorknob. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu or Daru use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now, I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor field and rescue Mayuri.
Kiryu Moeka.
I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it to the back of my mind.
起きているか
Can you hear me? Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head. But she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. Who? She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are dishevelled. She looks awful, though I suppose that's no surprise, given that she kills herself in 4 days. FB? Is it you?
FB?
FB? I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name.
連絡くれないの？私言われた通りにやったのに。ねえ、FB。
Why wouldn't you contact me? I did everything you told me to. The phone in Moeka's hands glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see.
ねえ、私の何がいけなかった？直すよ。直すから見捨てないで。FB のためなら何でもする。
Did I do something wrong? I'll fix it, I promise. Just don't abandon me. I'll do anything for you, FB.
返事をしてよ。答えてよ。私に指示を出して、私はそれに従う。命令して。命令。
Please answer me. Give me orders, I'll obey. Tell me what to do. Tell me. Tell me, what is happening? What's going on? I'm at a loss for words. Same, Okarin. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? But it's only been a week since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders.
おい聞こえるかおい
Hey, can you hear me? Hey!
FB 連絡をちょうだいよ。
FB, why? Why won't you answer?
桐生萌かおい俺だ岡部だ
Kiryu Moeka, hey! It's me, Okabe! No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. That's a lot of FBs. I'm not reading all of that. That's too many.
お前
What the... What happened to Moeka? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. No! A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it were the only thing keeping her alive.
メールが
No mails.
メールが来ないの。
No mails.
FB とかいうやつからか
You mean from FB?
メールが来ない。
No mails. I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I try persuasion. I promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I've saved Mayuri. But Moeka doesn't buy it. If, that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I can send the D-mail? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Her gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap! That startled me. I'm just going to answer it. Going to answer all the phone calls! Even if it maybe isn't the time.
もしもし。
Hello? I stand up and move to the entrance, where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight.
今どこよ
Where are you?
悪いが取り込み中だ。
Sorry, I'm busy.
女なの
Is it a woman? You're with a woman, aren't you?
お前の発想は実にスイーツかっこ笑いだな。
Is that the first thing that comes to mind? You really are a mainstream girl.
うるさいな
Shut up.
電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょよくそれでラボ弁ナンバー001を名乗れるな
You promised you'd help with the phone wave, remember? Or is your lab mem number just for show?
誰に頼んでくれ。今日はそれどころじゃない。
Get Daru to help. I can't do it today.
一体何してんのよそこどこ
What are you doing? Where are you?
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
Kiryu Moeka's apartment.
やっぱり女か最低だな
So you are with a woman. You're the worst. Has she not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly give Karisu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Karisu listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Karisu gives it to me straight.
強引に奪うしかないわね
You have to take it from her by force.
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
You've seen too many Hollywood movies.
相手はセルンの関係者よ遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない
You're up against an agent of CERN. Play nice and you can end up dead.
迷ってる場合じゃないでしょそれでマユリを救えるんだから
Don't hesitate. Remember, you're doing this to save Mayuri.
あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけどさすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず
I know you're pretty weak and scrawny, but you should be able to handle her in her current state. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice.
人格疑われそうだけどいやあんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど
You might think I'm a monster for saying this. Not that I don't care what you think, but
殺してでも奪いたるべきよ
kill her if you have to.
今、お前の人格を疑った。
You're a monster.
だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
But you're not a hypocrite, and that's what I love about you, Christina.
好きってちょっと
Love? What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
I mean it. I wish my conviction were as strong as yours.
どうも
Well, thanks.
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由がお前の中にある。そうだろ。だからそういう結論に達したはずだ。
But that's not all right. There's a reason you're willing to suggest murder as an option. How did you reach that conclusion?
よかったそれなりに冷静ね
Good, you're still thinking.
あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できないアトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし
I can't be certain whether your story is true, and I don't quite understand this attractor field hypothesis.
それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、
But based on what you told me,
桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら、彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。
if this Kiryu woman commits suicide 4 days from now, then that means her death flag is already active.
世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。
In other words, this world line has approved her death.
因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。
On previous world lines where that wasn't the case, you probably couldn't have killed her even if you tried. Something would have happened to prevent it.
あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。
Or possibly, killing her would have caused a dramatic shift in world line divergence.
でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。
But on this specific world line, her death is already certain.
あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。
As you've experienced with Mayuri's death, the result is what matters, not the process.
それと同じで、桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
I believe the same applies to Kiryu. It doesn't matter how she dies. In other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide?
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
She's already going to die, so that makes it okay. That's the kind of argument a murderer would make.
偽善ぶるな。私は今人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部も付き合いなさい。
Don't be a hypocrite. We're not talking about right and wrong here, Okabe. She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this.
だが法律はどうする？世界がそれを許しても社会は許さない。
But what about the law? Even if fate forgives me, society won't.
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。
As long as you have the time leap machine, you can undo anything, even murder.
岡部は誰も殺さずに必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
The result will be that you gained the necessary information without killing anybody.
把握した。
I understand.
ただ、これだけは覚えておいて。すべては自己責任よ。
Just remember one thing. You're responsible for what you do.
これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
I guess that's quite a thing for me to say, huh? After telling you to kill her.
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
It's fine. Your advice was truly becoming of a mad scientist.
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
Get it done, Okabe. Bye. She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kurisu's harsh tone encouraging. Honestly, what would Okarin do without Kurisu? You'd be very lost.
お前は司令官かよ。
Who does she think she is? A general? I manage a smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurisu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. No. Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. Very strange viewpoint of her right now. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest.
Oh.
Ooh, I think that was a punch to the face. Oh no. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn! What happened to killing her if I have to? I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. Okay, so you can't hit women, you can just strangle them. Sure. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes.
やっと俺を見たな。
Now I have your attention. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka is hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck?
携帯をよこせ。
Give me your phone. Moeka weakly shakes her head.
出ないと殺せ。
If you don't, I'll kill you. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try.
渡さないと殺すぞ。
Hand it over or I'll kill you. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. I think we all saw that coming. Moeka is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists in pain and she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back, I don't care. I look at the screen. I mean, she doesn't look that mentally stable. Just going off her texts. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and starts typing a new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation D-mail. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mayuri this time. Victory will be mine.
Hi,
This is Makise.
D メールの設定を頼む。
Get ready for a D-mail.
変な音が聞こえるけど。
Okay, but what's that noise?
少しばかり修羅場中でな。
I'm having a little trouble here.
じゃなかった。Good job.
So you didn't kill her. Good job. I tell her Moeka's address.
入力完了。
It's ready.
マユリは
And Mayuri?
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
Still here? She's at the Brawn Tube workshop trying to get the manager to turn on the CRT.
話してないだろうな。
You didn't tell her anything, did you?
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけない。
About her death? Of course not.
だったらいい。まだ切るなよ。
Good. Don't hang up yet. I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. The desire for limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the D-mail. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. Yeah. No vertigo, no dizziness. Nothing. Right, I kind of saw that coming, but this has already gone on like 15 minutes longer than I would normally play for, but it's been very exciting and I didn't really know where to stop. I still don't think this is a great place to stop, but I am actually running out of time, so we're gonna need to wrap it up here for today. I guess next time we're gonna see how Okarin deals with the fact that he's still got Moeka locked in that room and he's not gone anywhere. The world line hasn't changed. maybe his mail wasn't convincing enough, or maybe it was the lotto numbers that really changed things. Although, so far it's looked like every D-mail has had an effect, so I'm leaning more towards it being that he just hasn't sent the right thing to reverse it. Like, maybe like model change or whatever she sent the first time was some sort of secret code and he's not sent the right thing. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna need more from her before he can reverse it. I think he's gonna actually need to get a bit more information from her if he can get her to talk to him. If I were her, I wouldn't be interested in talking. So, yeah, I guess we'll pick it up here next time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you then.